Your free ebook entitled The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan Books free download is now available. Get it right to your device. This complete series is known as a single download. It contains more than 3,500 pages. Robert Jordan, 1948 to 2007, is most well known for his epic fantasy series The Wheel of Time, R. This bestseller sold more than 40 million copies in North America. Robert Jordan Books free download. It is currently being adapted to the screen. Jordan, a native of Charleston, graduated from the Citadel Military College of South Carolina with a degree in physics. He was awarded multiple decorations and served 2 tours in Vietnam as an Army soldier. The book series consists of 14 main sequence novels, which all follow the same plotline to build up to a conclusion. The prequel novel New Spring was also published along with other supplemental material. Robert Jordan Books. Robert Jordan, who was suffering from amyloidosis, a rare blood disease, died in 2007 after finishing The Wheel of Time. After Robert Jordan's death, Harriet McDougall, his widow and editor, selected Brandon Sanderson to complete the last 3 books in the series, books 12 to 14. Brandon and his family were able to complete the series according to Robert Jordan's original vision, thanks to the audio recordings and notes he left behind. One of the most significant finds in recent years is a partial replica of a complete history of the world, from the drilling of the bore into Dark One's prison through the end of breaking. It is believed that the original was dated in the early part of the 1st century A.B. Robert Jordan Books free download The Wheel of Time, complete series. The original appears to date from the 1st century A.B. We must be amazed at the writing that survived for more than 3,000 years, considering the destruction of the Trolloc Wars, the War of the 100 Years, and other related events. Books free download. Although we only know a few fragments of information, we see a lot from them. A little knowledge is better than that no knowledge. The pages were found in a dusty storage area in Cochin. They were among a collection of old bills, receipts, student copybooks, and private diaries. Some pages had become so faded and foxed that it was difficult to read where they weren't. Although the incomplete manuscript was barely legible, it presented all the usual problems. These included the translation and handling of centuries of errors by copyists. A history of this magnitude would be enormous, please refer to the author's note. However, of the 212 pages that survived, 6 were consecutive, with no other pages exceeding 2. These dates are impossible to understand since no Age of Legends calendar has been found. There are many references to cataclysmic events, including dire battles and the destruction of cities by balefire during the War of the Shadow and whole regions covered by the sea and mountains razed overnight during the breaking. Even the most minor details, such as the appearance of a particular person, are mere curiosity. Incomplete manuscript. Pages that might reveal where and what these items were, their significance, resolution, or result are often missing. This is why this collection is so important. It is a sundered collection that contains more information about the War of the Shadow than any single source. In some cases, it may include as much as all the other sources combined. It also contains a lot of information that is not available elsewhere. The 6 pages that follow and those close to them provide the only account of what must have been the most important event in world history, and in any age, the sealing of Bor by Luz there in Telamon and the 100 Companions. Although we don't know how long it took for the Bor to become the War of the Shadow to begin, at least 50 years passed and perhaps more. These 50 years were marked by a decline in the social order and an increase in the number of ills that had previously been rare or completely unknown. Although the war was not a discovery, many people have come to terms with it. Over its time, the War of the Shadow shifted in fire and blood. The Shadow gained great power during the first 3 years. Large parts of the world were under the Dark One's control, even though indirectly through human representatives. It is clear that the presence of Myrddraal and Trollocs cannot be described as indirect. Luz there in Telamon, the legendary dragon of the prophecies, led the retaking of much of the lost territory over the next 4 years. However, there were some reversals. The stalemate continued for almost a year, with neither side gaining any gains despite fierce fighting. But when the standoff ended, the shadow started to move slowly but at an ever greater speed. The incomplete history writer said it was like the shadow was spreading the spores and chaos before it. As a result, the shadow gained strength, and its next step was longer. Shadow started. The Eye of the World, the first book in the series, was published by Tor Books in 1990. It has been available in continuous print since then. Orbit Books publishes it in the United Kingdom. Every book in the series has been a New York Times bestseller, except for the 8th, The Path of Daggers, which debuted at number 1. Robert Jordan Series, Wheel of Time. 1. The Eye of the World. 2. The Great Hunt. 3. Robert Jordan, The Dragon Reborn. 4. The Shadow Rising. 5. The Fires of Heaven. 6. Lord of Chaos. 7. A Crown of Swords. 8. The Path of Daggers. 9. Winter's Heart. 10. Crossroads of Twilight. 11. Knife of Dreams. 12. The Second World. 13. Towers of Midnight. 14. A Memory of Light. Download Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan here.